the death penalty. I think that it has to be administered not only fairly, with attention to things like DNA evidence, which I think should be used in all capital cases, but also with very careful attention. If the guy is put to death, then, if the wrong guy is put to death, then that's a double tragedy. Not only is an innocent person been executed, but the real perpetrator of the crime has not been held accountable for it, and in some cases is still at large. But I support the death penalty in most heinous cases. Al Gore, the presidential debate in 2007. Today, I'm here to talk about capital punishment. The three things I'm going to talk about are the cons, why people believe that it's wrong for capital punishment, some statistics about capital punishment, and why I believe that capital punishment is the right thing to do. People believe that capital punishment is wrong for four major reasons. The first one, that the cost is cheaper with life without parole, what LWOP stands for. In Indiana, it costs 38% more to use the death penalty than to let someone sit in jail for life. The death penalty is very expensive due to the fact that when they go to do a capital case, it tends to take many years, and then they have to be put on in a maximum security prison. So then you're not looking at a regular prison cell. You're looking at big walls, electric doors, things like that. Makes it even tougher. So the roundabout case, it tends to be a lot more expensive. The next thing is it's inhumane. The reason why they believe it's inhumane is because in 1977, the state of Nevada invented a gas chamber, which was basically the same thing that they used in the Holocaust. So they just let prisoners go in and strap them to a bed, pumped in cyanide gas, and wait on them to die. There was a guy in 1999 who lasted 10 minutes in cyanide gas, and that's when they stopped using the cyanide. They completely cut it off then because there were people that were actually watching, and they heard him bang his head up against the steel bed for 10 minutes and screams, and it was horrible. It was a horrible experience. The next thing are religion. Christians believe that it is wrong for someone to take a life. They believe that God is the only person that can take a life, but from all the reading that I've done, Christians pretty much are 50-50. They're undecided. They believe that only God can take a life, but they also believe in penalty for the crimes that you commit. So actually, they just lost their case there. The next thing is race. The reason why they use race is because we live in America, and of course, we're white, we're racist, automatically. It's the way they believe. 82% of the people that have been put to death were convicted of killing a white person. 80% of inmates on death row are either black, Hispanic, or some other minority race. And all of those statistics came from the deathpenalty.org. The next thing I'd like to talk about are some statistics about the death penalty. 42 people in 10 states were executed in 2007. 28 were white, 14 were black, and all of them were men. 56 women currently sit on death row, and that was as of January 1st, 2008, so it could be a lot more by now. 1,119 people have been executed since 1977. 3,309 prisoners sit on death row currently right now. So if you look, we have killed not even half the people that we have currently sitting on death row right now. So we're housing all these people to just sit in a building and collect us. Watch TV, play cards. Ooh, I'm having a good time. Oh, and I can get an education too. Most of them escape, and they get out, and they come back again. So you tell me, what do you think? Since there have only been 39 women executed, and this is between, actually legally executed, actually there have been 114 women executed. or 514 women have actually been executed, but only 39 were legally executed. The next thing I would like to pursue on my point, why I believe that it's right. First are the laws. In Indiana, you have to be convicted of murder with 16 aggravating circumstances. That's what your judgment has to be. In Texas, it's a little less of the laws. It's a criminal homicide with 1 to 9 aggravating circumstances or super aggravated sexual assault. The cost to house a prisoner on death row is $90,000 per year. In California right now, there are 670 prisoners sitting on death row. We are paying them. We are paying $63.3 million annually for them to sit on death row. Personally, I think it's a waste of money. In Maryland, paid $37.2 million for the 5 executions that they actually committed in their state. So you're thinking $37 million to $63.3 million that we're paying in California for them to sit on death row. A little much for me. There are 47 women on death row right now. A statistic that I found that I thought was quite gruesome was 1 in 12 prisoners that are currently sitting on death row have already committed a homicide. That means we have let them out of jail, let them kill someone, and then we brought them back to let them sit on death row. I think that's a little ridiculous, if you ask me. The last thing I'd like to leave you guys with is this quote that I found. If we are to abolish the death penalty, I should like to see the first step taken by my friends, the murderers. That's from Oswald Carr, January 31st, 1849.